You saw your bill, House Bill 1989, pass unanimously in the Senate last week. Remind the folks what this bill would do and why it's important.
Well, this bill allows smaller cities to negotiate a water maintenance contract on their water system so it can have a long-term contract. And the idea is because some of these cities, it's hard to budget for their maintenance on their water storage facilities and their water pipes, water lines, water meters, all these things. So this will enable them to negotiate for a water services maintenance contract, which will have a level pricing structure, and it will basically save them money over the long run.
What's the latest on House Bill 1526, your bill to dedicate aircraft excise tax funds to the aeronautics account?
Well, House Bill 1526 is still in appropriations. It's NTIB, which means it's necessary to implement the budget. It will probably pass on through as we end the session here, but I could use some letters to all members of the House of Representatives to encourage its passage.
You recently met with Longshoremen. What was the purpose of the meeting?
Well, you know, they've signed their contract, we're moving forward, but 5 years will be here before you know it. And basically, it's only 4 years from next July. So the idea of the meeting is we asked them, even though the legislature has no power over these situations, we asked them what we could do as a legislature to maybe make it work better when we have to redo this next time. If there's anything that the legislature can address to solve some of the issues that they had. And basically, we don't want to happen again what just has happened. We don't want it to hurt the district so much that we don't want to see this again. So we're just trying to reach ahead, be proactive, so we won't have these problems hopefully in the future. And we're also planning on meeting with the PMA here in the next couple of weeks to do the same thing. We're just reaching out, saying how can we help, how can we make it a smoother transition next time.
House Democrats released their operating budget proposal this last Friday. Can you provide some thoughts on their proposal? I
was somewhat disappointed, although not surprised. You know, the budget's going to increase from $33.8 billion to $38.9 billion. That's a $5.1 billion increase, which is a substantial amount of money. It's basically considering that part of this $5.1 billion increase is going to require additional revenue. Now, we're already projecting a little over $3 billion in additional revenue to go with the $33.8 billion, but they've added revenue onto that. So I'm very disappointed. I'm not exactly sure where this revenue could come without hurting the economics of the state. So, you know, time will tell. We begin our hearings this week and we go through this with a fine-tooth comb and we'll just see where it goes.
You have founded a kids caucus here in the legislature. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, a kids caucus is basically bring in members of the legislature as well as lobbyists and citizens who just have a powerful desire to help kids, is basically the way to put it. We want to help our young people become all they can be. And the ones that are in foster care that maybe need more help, more direction. Kids in high school when they go through their teenage years can struggle, and lots of times they get into suicidal issues, and we want to help find ways to help these young people so they can succeed in life. So it's a great bunch of folks that have come together. It's bigger than I ever thought it was going to be. You know, originally we started out just to help foster kids, but now we've just expanded it out to help all kids. An incredible amount of support, and people are interested in helping. So I'm really looking forward to doing that as we move forward.